So you've hit 120 and you're at a loss of what to do. There's so much stuff going around, and we're going to tell you what's the best way to do it. Find out in this video. All right, so you made it to 120. You're trying to figure out what you need to do. The first thing is complete all of the 3 questing zones for your specific area. So for the Alliance, it's going to be Tiergard Sound, Drustvar, and Stormsong Valley. What's really going to help with that is a mod or add-on called Azeroth Autopilot. And I'll put that in the description down below too. You can check that out. It's really going to help because it gives you the best route to go through each one of these zones. And complete every single zone, every single quest in that zone that you need for Pathfinder. Thank you so much. It's Pathfinder. You need to complete all these zones to do Pathfinder later on so you can actually fly in these zones. So it's really going to help. So Azeroth Autopilot, get that add-on. It's really going to help you. It's free. You can get it from the Twitch client. And there you go. You also want to complete your war campaign. Okay. So your all 3 questing zones and your war campaign. That's really going to help you as well. Doing those zones are going to help you get through your war campaign because you need rep to go through that, okay? And I believe it's 7th Legion for the Alliance, okay? You need to do your war campaign to get to the end to actually unlock some of the mythic dungeons, like King's Rest and the Siege of Borealis. They're stuck behind what you call attunement. So without that rep, you can't do those mythic dungeons. And they drop some really good loot too. So be sure to complete your war campaign. And hopefully you did some while you were leveling also. That should come in handy too, because you actually get experience for it. So that's a thing. The next thing, okay, what I highly recommend, guys, is right now, get double gathering professions. That's really going to help because you're going to make a lot of gold, especially since the raid is about to come out. And everybody and their mother and brother and sister and everything, they're all going to want flasks and potions and all that stuff for raids. Like consumables are going to go through the roof, okay? So be sure you get at least on one of your characters that you're leveling. It doesn't have to be your main, but on one of them, go through and farm every single node you come across. Trust me, you'll make some gold. You'll make some gold. You'll thank me later on. And yep, getting to that one. We also have, for that gear, while you're doing that questing and your war campaign and everything and all that, any of that gear that you get that you don't need, don't vendor it. It's huge. Okay, look, we're gonna make a little trip over here real quick. We're gonna hop over here. Let's go back this way. So for the Alliance, let's mount up. We're gonna take a little trip over here, and it's called a scrapper. It's huge. So all this gear you're getting while questing, do not vendor it. You want to come over here, okay? Which is right here on the map in the Tradewinds Market, like right there. And it's called the Scrapper, okay? So see all this gear right here that I'm not using? Like this helmet, this 325 Azerite helmet. I don't need it. So I'm gonna take it over here, put it in this Scrapper, and what this is gonna do, and it's gonna give you crafting materials. Okay? So we got Storm Silver Ore, which is selling like hotcakes right now. Platinum Ore, also selling hotcakes. And then some durable flux. You know what? But since it's good, typically it's going to give you items that are required to craft the gear that you wear. Okay, so if you scrap stuff on, I believe it's that. Yeah, it should be, because all the gear you're getting is going to be plate, right? So plate gear is going to transfer. It's going to become materials to craft plate gear, right? So think of that when you're doing stuff. Yeah, so it's really good, and it's a way to, you can actually make a lot more gold by doing this than you can. By vendoring the items a lot of the times. See this right here, this 7 right here? Generally a tip of gear, let's look at like this cloak. If I sold this epic cloak, I would get 51 gold, right? You scrap it, you're gonna get all this stuff. Like this right here, it says it's gonna sell for like 65 gold around that, and 52 for that. So you're gonna get a lot of gold like this. Let's see. So we go over here and save the stuff too. If you plan on crafting, this is a way you can get a lot of crafting mats. Also your greens. What you can do is you can save those greens, send them to an alt that you're gonna have a crafting profession on, and get them to scrap it. It's gonna be really good. So that's another thing you can do. Another thing, once you hit 120, right? We're all talking about stuff to do at 120 here. Let me put down my little board here. It's kind of in the way. All right, we're gonna go to our map here, and you'll see there's world quest around here. Okay. Something that was in Legion that you may not notice, if you did not play Legion, there's something called a Flight Master's Whistle. And by doing your quest lines, like you're going to unlock what's called a Flight Master Whistle. It's right here, and it transfers you to the nearest Flight Master. It's really good. It's on a 5-minute cooldown. It's going to get you there a lot faster than running cross country on your mount trying to get there. Oh, it says it matches the profession materials for the type of gear. Leather drops leatherworking items. Plate drops blacksmith. Yes, exactly. Is that when it unlocks when you get the zone achievement? Yes. Well, not with the zone achievement, I think, but it's when you unlock World Quest, you get this Flight Master's Whistle. So keep that in mind, because it could just go straight in your bags, and if you weren't aware of it in Legion, you might not even know about it. So that's absolutely huge. It's on a 5-minute cooldown and can take you straight to a Flight Master. Super good. So World Quest, we're going to talk about those for a second, because so it's 120, yeah. Flight Master's Whistle is 120. So there's something really big with these World Quests that you need to know. Before you even start doing your World Quest, you need to go to a auction house and you need to buy yourself a contract. And I recommend getting a contract for the Champions of Azeroth rep, because your Champions of Azeroth rep is tied, let's go over here to my character here, it's tied to your necklace and your artifact power, right? So, not artifact power, it's tied to your Heart of Azeroth. So the higher rep you get with Heart of Azeroth, with the Champions of Azeroth, it's going to increase the item level of your Heart of the Azeroth artifact, okay? So more Champions of Azeroth rep equals higher Heart of Azeroth item level, which is eventually going to help you, right? This is a 120 thing. See, mine is item level 342, and my rep right now for the Champions of Azeroth is Honored. So once I reach Revered, it's going to jump from like 342. I think it gains 15 item levels. So it's going to go up to like 360, something like that. It's huge. And how do you make a contract? A contract is done through inscription, I believe. So if you don't have the profession, I just recommend going to the auction house. They're really cheap. Yep. Oh, and you never really need that Flight Master Whistle, but it's really helpful to get out of the boonies. That's what Twitch chat saying. So yep, that's true. So we have that right there. It's super helpful. Do get a contract for the Champions of Azeroth. And you see it's right here. I have this little buff. It says contract Champions of Azeroth. And it gains 10 reputation with the Champions of Azeroth whenever completing a world quest in Kul Tiras and Zandalar. And those are the two zones that you're completing world quest in. So that's really going to help you get it out of the way at the beginning, like before you do any world quest, because you're going to be doing these probably daily. And that's the next thing I'm going to, okay? World quest. You want to do them if you really want to push and get your rep up, which is something that I recommend, because when you reach Exalted with each one of these reps, you get access to a 355, I believe it's 355 item level piece of gear from each one of these vendors. So it's another way to boost up your item level, okay? So say like Stormsong Valley, you got these, and World Quest are these ones right here with these exclamation points on. And these things refresh daily. Like right now, I actually have an emissary that's telling me I need to do Tortolan Seekers World Quests. And for completing 3 of those, I'm going to get 200 war resources, which leads into the next thing we're talking about, the mission table. But yeah, be sure to do not only just the emissaries, but if you really want to get your rep up, try to do every single world quest, because this one gives you, say, Storm's Wake rep. This one will give you Storm's Wake, because they're all in that zone. It's usually respective to the zone that they're in. Like this one should give Tortolan Seekers, and then Proudmoore Admiralty. So yeah, Proudmoore Admiralty is Kul Tiras, or Kul Tira. Storm's Wake is Stormsong Valley, and then Order of Embers is Drustvar. And I believe I'm almost exalted. No, I'm in revered with Orders of Embers, because I did Drustvar first. And that was just from that. Yep, so let's see. What else is on the list here? We have Island Expeditions. Okay, guys, these are important, and not a lot of people know about these, okay? If you didn't watch the lead up to BFA, you don't know about Island Expeditions. You might not know about it, but they're really important, guys. This is the absolute best way to get artifact power for your Heart of Azeroth. Absolute best way. And it's over here behind the wonderful little ship that you do all your war campaign on. And if I can remember how to get over there. See, there's the ship, right? Can I just jump over here? Can I do it? Oh, nope, I failed. Let's go this way then. You can still get over there. Yep, you go right over here, guys. And the mission table, did I pass it? I did not pass it. It's still a little bit further this way. I know what I'm doing, I swear. It's right here. Island Expedition, guys. This is a little table. There's a couple different options you have with this. You can queue up just like a regular dungeon or whatnot. You can queue up for it. And I've already completed it for the week, but for reaching this or getting this bar all the way over here, I believe it's 40,000 of this. You get 2,500 artifact power for your Heart of Azeroth for the week. It's a huge, huge boost. Okay. So this is also on the map, like right here. If you get confused, guys, we're in Borealis right here. And it's right here, right? See, there's the ship that you do all your missions and your war campaign is right over there. It's just right behind here, behind the ship next to it, okay? So you have an option to queue for a normal, heroic, mythic, and a PvP version, okay? You can straight up use the LFG, like you can queue for the normal and the heroic, and they give you 150 artifact power and 225 respectively there. Mythic, you have to have an actual group of 3, just like Mythic Dungeons, and PvP, you have to have an actual group of 3 to go into it as well. You can still queue for it, but you have to have 3 people already to do that, and they both give you 300. So you go in there, and they're generated randomly every week, right? So you have Molten K, Skittering Hollow, and Ungol Ruins right now. So you go in there, you're going to fight just a ton of stuff. I highly recommend it. They're pretty fun. And they kind of have a PvP element to them, even if you do the PvE version. But you get artifact power for each one that you do. So if you wanted to, just straight up farm the heck out of Azeroth power. If that's your deal, feel free. You can keep doing these after you get this 2500 done. The quest for the 2500. You won't get as much, because you won't get that reward at the end like the 2500, but you'll still get some Azeroth power, and that's the best way to farm it up if that's what you choose to do. We also have your mission table. Okay, this is big too. Remember, we're talking about rep, and you get all those pieces of gear and whatnot. Your mission table is important, okay? And here's a little tip that you might not think of. There is actually an app for your phone that you can do these, so you don't have to be logged in. So while you're at work, on your lunch break, you make a mission table prop, yeah. While you're at work on your lunch break, and you have missions, going through. It's called the WoW Companion app. It's made by Blizzard, so it's completely legit and everything. On your phone, I believe it's on iOS and Android. You can do all these things while you're not even at home, right? You can just have these going, and that's typically what I was doing, right? In Legion, I would actually do that while I was out on the town. It would go ding ding or whatever, it would pop up, give me a notification. I was like, oh cool. So you just go into a phone and do these. And I highly recommend right now doing the rep ones, because order resources, that's from Legion, right? Your war resources are a little bit harder to come by right now. So I'm limiting mine just to the rep stuff. So like this right here, I'm going to go in and do 100 Storm's Wake, okay? So we're going to pick this guy, put him over here. There you go. We got this guy. Should do that. We're at 125%, and then going to increase it by another 10%. Boom. And there we go, 145% chance. And you want to get this number as high as you can, because you get a chance at bonus. So instead of just 100, you'll get double if you get the bonus reward. So 200 rep for doing one quest. It's a quick way, easy way to get extra rep, guys. It's super good. See, we can do this one too. Do that one. We're up to 140. We can do, this one's going to give me an extra 15%. This is going to be an extra 30%, I believe. There you go. 195% chance to get an extra 100 rep on this one. So that would be another 200 rep for Proudmoore Admiralty. And you can do this on your phone too. It's really cool. And if you have multiple alts, if you get multiple 120s, I highly recommend doing the phone app or using the phone app, because you don't have to log in and go through all your characters and stuff. You can just sit there and go duk, duk, and then go to the next one, duk, duk, and it'll be good. So that's what I recommend for that. We also have, let's see, so you've done your mission table, you've done your Azeroth, your island expeditions. What's left? What do you need to do? Well, you can get more gear. If you haven't done it yet, you can just queue up for some normals through the LFG. And while you're out there, remember going back to what I said earlier about the gathering professions? While you're out there either doing like your world quest or gathering ore or herbs, you can queue up for a dungeon. And if you're DPS, it's probably going to take like 30 minutes maybe tops right now to get a queue for a dungeon to pop. So go out and farm, and then while you're doing that, you can queue for dungeons. It's great. So trying to make the best use of your time, you know what I mean? You can also do auctions. So I used to do that when I was leveling. I would actually sit in Stormwind or your main city and do auctions and queue up for like a battleground or a dungeon and level that way. You could also do that. So there's multiple ways you could do. That's some of the stuff you can do at 120, guys. So if you like this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. And if you haven't yet, please head over to Twitch at twitch.tv/theartofcaden. Okay, let's go to the bridge. And you get to see this wonderful ship every single day, except for Sunday. I stream from 8 p.m. Eastern till 12 a.m., sometimes a little later, every single day except for Sunday. So I hope to see you there, guys. If you like this video, like I said, hit that subscribe button, head over to Twitch, twitch.tv/theartofcaden. Give me a follow over there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!